Today is the day. Race day is here. This is the moment you've been waiting for, working for, striving for. You have trained for this moment. You have committed countless hours and unknown miles in preparation for this day. I know it hasn't been easy, but you're here. You made it to the start. You are in the fight. Now finish strong. I won't waste your time with motivation, and I'm not talented enough or experienced enough to offer advice. But if there's one thing I can give you before you toe that line, it's perspective. And perspective can be life-changing. So let me tell you a story. And don't let the beginning fool you. This story is not about me. It's not even about running. This is about life. It's about living. A couple years ago, I was in your shoes. I was at the start line of my goal race. 100 miles of unrelenting terrain laid ahead of me. Day and night and day would come again before I could claim my buckle and rest. I won't bore you with the details of my race. Suffice it to say, I ran and I walked and I ran some more. How I did it is not important. Instead, let me tell you why. I was 64 miles in, leaving the Dry Creek aid station as the sun was going down. But I wasn't alone. I had a pacer. His name was Ed, but I called him Dad. He was a Marine, an Iron Man. The reason I ran then, the reason I run now, he taught me everything about fitness. He thought I was mad for running 100 miles, but in the best possible way. He was in awe. And can you believe it? He was proud. As we left the lights of the aid station and turned on our headlamps, he was pumped. With 16 hours on my legs, I had to reel back his excitement to a sustainable pace. But the excitement was contagious. We mostly walked, and mostly he talked about the things he'd done, and things he'd seen, the places he'd been, but also of hopes and dreams. We eventually parted ways that night, and I went on alone until I picked up another pacer down the trail. Many hours later, the sun was shining again as I made that final climb up Mount Baker. And you know what? His was the very first face I saw. He was standing at the end of the finisher chute, waiting to match me step for step to the finish line, camera in hand, capturing it all. The first thing he did was ask me a question. How do you feel? My response, alive.
Good morning. How you feel?
Alive.
Alive.
Yes!
I feel alive. Woo! Congratulations, sir.
That was the last time we ever ran together. We got the diagnosis 6 months later. Cancer. He went through rounds and rounds of chemotherapy and radiation, a T-cell transplant, and experimental drugs. The strongest man I knew, on his best days, was reduced to walking to the mailbox. On his worst, he prayed for release. He fought and won many battles over the next 18 months. But now, his race is over. And through it all, now hear this, folks, he dreamed of running. He literally dreamed of running. He would call me in the mornings and tell me that in the night, during his hard-won, often fleeting sleep, that he dreamed of being able to run through the woods. Did you hear that? He would have given anything for the chance to be where you are. He would have done anything to do what you're doing. He would have died for the honor to embark on this journey. And you'll do well to remember that. At mile 70, when you've lost the will to continue, remember that. When it's dark and you think the morning will never come, remember that. When you sit in a chair and whine about your blisters and chafing, remember that. Think of everyone you love and those who can't do what you're doing now. Those who would give anything just to be in the race and do it. Get up, get over yourself, and get going. So give up your complaints and excuses and run, or walk, waddle, or crawl, whatever it takes. Just keep moving forward. For all those who can't, for all those who never got the chance, for all those who sacrificed for your dream. I assure you there will be darkness, and there will be silence, and doubt and insecurity will be the first to fill the void. So don't let it. Fight the silence with gratitude, because you never know when your last race will come. And in the quiet, ask yourself this. If this was the last time I run, is this how it ends?